And we are live. We got Antonio up here already. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you all had a great weekend.
How's it going, everybody?
Let's see what we got in here so far. We got Bocce in here and Antonio. I don't know how many people we're going to get in here tonight. You know, it's been, like I said, it's been a nice weekend. I think everybody's going to be out and enjoying it. So
probably, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go as long as it, you know. Oh, Lisa Ann's in here. Hello, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
We'll go as long as we can, and you know, about an hour or so, and get stuff taken care of, and see how everybody's doing. And I did get some work done today on yesterday on Mark's engine. A little bit more to that.
Nice.
Got some other stuff done to my personal stuff that's been needing to go. And there's Ken. Hi, Ken. How you doing?
All right.
Oh, there's the camera.
Oh, nice.
I set the phone down to get a drink. It's sitting here on the bench charging, waiting for another video.
Yeah, mine's sitting in my kitchen charging. So,
I got several other videos to do.
Yes, Bocce, I did enjoy my vacation. I got a lot done. Hey, Wayne, how you doing, brothers? Thanks for stopping in. If you guys follow me on Facebook and Instagram, probably seen the pictures of the pool. It is open. It's clearing up a lot. Got the pump circulating. It's not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. For being shut down for over almost 2 years, it was relatively clear. You know, I mean, just a little haze of green in it. Threw some algicide and about 8 gallons of shock, and it just turned a nice white cloud. And it's actually starting to clear up even more now that I got the pump going and stuff good. So, yes, Bocce, the pole looks good. And the last time I checked at like 3 o'clock this afternoon, the temperature was up to 78 degrees from like 74, 75. So,
hey, Ken.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, John, how you doing?
How's it going, Wayne?
Hey, Mater. Yes, Lisa. We did evict 6 frogs, Ken? 7 frogs?
Yeah, at least.
At least, yeah.
1,000 tadpoles.
Hey, Mater,
yeah.
How's it going?
Hey. There's Ken's work.
Hey, Ken.
Ken?
What's going on?
Ken and Ken. How you guys doing?
Good.
Ben's workshop's in here. Hey, Ben.
How's it going, Ken? Small Engines?
Oh, I tell you, busy.
Busy?
Yeah, this weather's crazy. 90 degrees and 70 degrees. It's nuts. Sounds like the pool's coming along, Ed.
Oh, it is. Yep. Big thanks to my brother for helping me. I mean, there's not a lot to do. Just a couple things. Take 2 people to do. Take the winter cover off. Put the solar cover on. I actually got a brand new solar cover for this year. I'm trying a different one. It's got a black back on it instead of like the blue colored. You know, it seems like it's working a lot better warming the pool up than what the old one did. So.
Didn't you have it closed for a year or two?
Yes, I closed it in 2019 in the fall. Didn't open it last year, and now I'm opening it this spring. So it's been about 2 years since I've had it open. One full summer and 2 winters.
Not too many tadpoles and fish in there, or what?
There's lots and lots of tadpoles. We evicted about 7 or 8 full-grown bullfrogs.
Oh, well.
There's still one or two left swimming around in there, but they'll go as soon as I get the pool clear and I can catch them. So, I see we had Bo stop in. Hey, Bo, how you doing? Thomas, Willie. We got Mark down here now. What's up, guys?
Hey, Mark.
So, Mark, did you get your boat going? Nope.
Should have bought mine. It's all ready to go.
I shouldn't have bought nothing.
I thought you guys were doing pulling season. What's going on?
Yeah. We're in the works of that. Well, I am. Dad's ready to go.
I'm enjoying the messed up engine videos. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, them people are bad news.
Hey,
Master engine builders, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big money
Master
invested.
disaster.
Yeah, there's big money invested in that motor. And trouble has arisen. Oh, Lordy, there's that damn botchy bubbles. A botch.
Yeah. So,
Hey, Crystal in.
I see Mater. I said, I seen Crystal and Mater come in. How you guys doing? I ain't sure what the outside temperature is right now. When I was out earlier, it was like 78, something like that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, and Thomas is in here. How you doing, Thomas? Seen you
Hey,
started a
Stoker.
new job, Thomas?
What's Sandy eating? Looks good.
Oh,
shrimp
some
Alfredo.
shrimp Alfredo or something.
Ooh.
Ed, it's 82 here.
Nasty stuff.
Maybe. Well,
Oh,
That-
dog.
that was on my way home from breakfast this morning. Whenever it was in the 70s. So, Mudster, what's happening? So, I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know how many of you
Mudster.
guys. I don't know how many of you guys follow Nate from Go Karts Are Going Fishing, but he did a live stream yesterday from out on the sandbar. He's caught a nice big catfish, saltwater catfish, and then some little ladyfish. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Looked like he was enjoying himself.
I like the boat.
Yeah, his little John boat there, or flat bottom boat, little 14-footer. Yep. I remember when he bought that Bimini top to put on that thing off of like Craigslist or something like that, and it was funny to watch. You know, they put it on and stuff. So
Must get hot down there then in the sun.
yeah, it does. Let's see what else we got popping up down here. Willie. Hey, Willie, what's up, man?
Hey, Willie.
Hello.
Well, after your stream, I believe it was last week, you were talking about governors, mechanical governors, and trying to tune them in for higher RPMs. I think you were talking about 5,000 RPMs. I can help you out a little bit with some information on that. If you guys weren't in the middle of anything today.
So
I don't know if I missed any
how do you-
conversations. I don't mean to be interrupting any today.
Not as of yet. Nothing in depth. So my question on the mechanical
How do you
governor
adjust them?
is, I know how to adjust them. How do you keep them at,
Well, I got a
at the
caller case
5,000?
series here, for which is make a pretty good example because it's got just different.
But the thing about it is on a
Yeah.
mechanical governor, when you put it under a load, those RPMs are going to instantly drop.
Well, there's a couple things you can do. Let me get the camera down here a little bit closer so you can see the engine pretty good.
Use a spring, no? Don't you use a spring?
But they still surge.
Yeah. Not instantly. I'll go over that. You know how the governor arm has like these different holes in it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're further away from the fulcrum? Yeah. The closer you are to the fulcrum, the less sensitivity you have. Okay, the further you are away from the fulcrum you are, the more sensitivity you have. You have more movement. Okay. In other words, your RPM window is actually smaller if you're down this bottom hole versus if you're in the top hole. So that'll increase your governor sensitivity right there. So it takes less RPMs for it to go to full throttle. Okay. Next problem is you have to have a good heavy spring, but not so heavy that the governor's starting to work too hard or the spring is too short. One thing you can do is put a heavier, longer spring and put it further away from your focal point on your throttle controller here, which has multiple holes. So if you're going to put a heavier spring, like a heavier wire, not necessarily a bigger spring, like a heavier wire spring, and put a longer one in to the top hole, you should be able to get a more sensitive governor. Because you're getting more movement, and a longer spring will have a more steady spring pressure on the bottom of the governor. Okay.
Hey, Nate. Hey, Patch of Heaven.
You don't necessarily have to have a heavier pound spring, but it needs to be a heavier wire spring, and it'll react faster. So that's something you can do. Now, if you're trying to set it up for like mowing grass or something like that, and you want a gradual governor, you can put it towards the small hole, and to compensate for the more spring pressure needed to give it more governor, you're going to need to use the bottom hole, I believe it is, or no, top hole. Usually you need more movement on your throttle linkage to make up for the difference in RPM from idle to full speed when you're closer to the focal point. Versus if you're further down on the governor, you need as much movement on the throttle so you can be towards the pivot point for the throttle. If that makes any sense. So basically these holes will control how much RPM you go from idle to full speed in a given movement. And these holes will adjust your sensitivity. And then the length of the spring and the wire gauge will close your RPM window a little bit more. One thing I've done with my cast iron brakes to make the governor more sensitive is I put a lighter spring further away from the focal point, and I stretched that spring a lot further, and I got more movement out of the throttle assembly, hooking up in a different spot. So you have to stretch the crap out of that little tiny spring, but that gives me that sweep from instead of 1,500 to 3,400 RPM on the cast iron Briggs, I rev that up to 3,900 RPMs. I don't want to get into rejetting the emulsion tube, so I think the 3,900 RPMs is pretty comfortable on that engine. I don't think I want to go any faster. And that's no.
Well, my big question is on how are you going to set the RPMs at 5K under a load? You know, unless you have it hooked to a sled or hooked to some kind of a dyno,
Well, you're not going to get it dead on, but I imagine you can get it within like 150 RPMs, maybe 200 RPMs before that throttle opens up all the way.
Man, see that's just it with the electronic box with the kill. You can set that right at 5,000 RPMs. It'll be 5,000 RPMs through the whole range, no matter what your load is, until your RPMs start dropping or start trying to increase above that.
Some classes only required, some classes wouldn't allow the electronic rev limiters or something like that. You were talking about that before,
right? Because they're
wondering how they did it.
Stock.
That's probably something. There's some tips that can help you.
Hey, Jeff and Kane, how's it going? And
What
Capri
about the
and Scott.
I mean, they're calling it a hot stock 5,000 RPM class, but as soon as you start moving that sled, your RPMs are going to be down, and way down. You're not going to be at full horsepower taking off, guaranteed. And unless you set your governor higher than 5,000 at free rev, you won't be 5,000 when you're leaving on the line. And that's
Hey, Muggsy and Diane.
You won't be able to pass tech, and you won't be pulling at 5K.
Right.
It's that simple.
If you set it,
another thing that Onan engines do. Yeah.
Go ahead. You were talking about the Onan. Go ahead.
Onan generators
interrupt
between full load and no load can't have a huge variance in RPMs. So what they'll do to also help the governor sensitivity they'll actually have a huge governor arm that's like 10 inches long or something like that, and they only drop a few hundred RPMs between no load and full load. And they'll open that throttle all the way up, but they won't drop below that 59.5 hertz or whatever it is. I think they run between 59.8 and 61.5 or something like that. Ken's would probably know more about that. I think Ken said he tunes them to like 61 hertz, no load. I remember.
Yeah,
So that's another thing to probably look into, is probably putting a longer governor arm, but you're kind of living on space doing something like that.
Yeah, especially when everything has to be factory. OME. Like you can't run aftermarket stuff on the exterior of the motor. Then it's not a hot stock. So, it's going to be an interesting class to watch and see how they do it.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see. Myself, I would prefer to have the electronic. If I was going to run a 5,000 RPM class, I'd rather have the rev limiter box rather than a mechanical governor. That way, I know my throttle is wide open. My carburetor is wide open.
Hey, Ed, you got the limiter because you're running a crank trigger, right?
One thing I was experimenting with my Vanguard.
No, I don't run a governor or a limiter on mine. No, mine's wide open RPM. It'll run however much fuel I can dump in that thing. And if it'll burn it, it'll turn it,
But yes, the rev limiters run off of a crank trigger, yes.
Yes. The rev limiters do run off of a crank trigger. And it's a more true spark. It's easier dialed in for your advance and return, all that. Like I said,
is it a capacitive discharge? A CDI?
We run a Voodoo coil. We run a Voodoo coil, and it's just a trigger right off there's no CDI box or anything.
Okay.
There's a trigger with a mag wheel right down on the crankshaft. Picks up the signal, fires the coil, and they're
a lot more accurate timing. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And the nice thing about it is you can set your timing at idle because there's no vacuum advance or anything. So if you set it to say 35, four top dead center, it'll be 35 through the whole RPM range. There's no variance or anything on that. And the nice thing is you can run the Voodoo coils, which are a very hot coil. I don't know if the stock points and stuff will run that kind of coil, So I know they've been running the Bosch Blue coils for a long, long time on those. But like I said, I haven't read through the rules deep enough to find out whether you're allowed to run an aftermarket coil, if you're allowed to put longer governor arms on them. From what I scanned through it, I thought it said it had to be stock, or you're allowed to port and polish, but you can't run an aftermarket coil or and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's like I said, it's gonna be interesting to watch. So
now, are these NGTPA rules? Which rules?
Right now, there's a what's the name of the place down there, Mark? Springfield. There's a club down there that basically sets the NTPA rules, and they're going to adopt this set of rules.
Well, that would be on national quarter scale.
Yeah. NQS. Yeah, NQS. But I haven't seen anything on their website about this class yet. Now, the other big pull is over in PA. They do not recognize those rules. You are not allowed to have a 5,000 mechanically governed tractor in their hot stock class.
No, because yes, and it's unregulated.
Right. Well, and that what they run a lot of the 5K the modified 5K tractors, and they don't want another 5K class because technically they would have to make rules for both of them. I mean, make the rules incorporate both of them, and you can't. It's impossible.
Are they running aftermarket steel flywheels and all that and everything?
Yes, in the
Swiss 5K, you know, and they're just calling it hot. That's still a modification of a class.
yes, it is.
It's the same class. I don't care how it is cut and dried. You may as well build it and be done.
Yeah,
I don't see it flying.
yeah. If you're going to put the money out to build a governor or an external governed or mechanically governed 5,000 RPM tractor, it's not that much more
To put the box
to
on.
run the modified. Right. It's the same. It's going to be the same cubic inches and stuff.
Exactly.
You know.
I don't see it taking off. I don't see it.
Because
Because
it's like
they can govern at 5K, and they're going to be lucky if they're turning 3 on a mechanical governor, or they will not pass spec. There's just no way possible.
well, they could turn to 5K at a free rev, you know, not under load.
Not
But
under
as
load.
soon as you put under load, and they're restricted to a 1-inch carburetor, you'll never hold 5,000 RPM on gasoline with a mechanical governor with a 1-inch carburetor. You just can't get it up there. The motor won't flow enough.
Hey, Ed, I got a customer here. I got to get running. I'll be in the chat later.
Later,
Okay,
Ken.
thanks, Ken. I appreciate you stopping in.
Talk to you later, guys. Yeah, no worries. Talk to you soon.
You know, that's the whole reason they did the 5K, you know, modified class. It's on alcohol, a 1.2 carb, you know, and that's why they run the rev limiters, so those motors will actually run over 5,000 RPMs, and it's the rev limiter that keeps them at 5K, so they're making full horsepower. So it just, like I said, it doesn't make a lot of sense on how they're, you know, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make an economy class for, you know, people to build, you know, but
Well, it's really not economy. If they stop and they really think about it and verse it dollar to dollar, they're not going to have that much more to open it up and let it run.
right. You know, because I mean, at bare minimum, you have to have a steel flywheel, you know, and I didn't see, are they allowed to have the balancer pulleys out front on there?
I have not even seen any of the rules yet. Where did you?
It was on Facebook somewhere. The Donnie wrote them up for Springfield.
Okay. I haven't talked to Donnie since the night he come up on your panel.
Well, no, not that Donnie.
Okay.
The other Donnie.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Plug up that vacuum.
What other Donnie?
The Don down south there.
I don't know anybody down south.
Okay.
Sample.
No,
Ah,
I don't know.
And one thing I wanted to do
yeah, that's who I'm
when I
talking
was
about. That's who I'm.
a guard engine someday was I had one that was running on propane, and I already had a relay controlling the fuel shutoff valve to the
Hey, Briggs.
manifold. And one thing I did is I bought a window switch, and I can set the RPMs on the window switch to when the fuel would cut off and come back on. And in order to get a tax signal, I ran a wire to the ignition kill wire, which gives me that pulse signal, and ran that into the tack input to the window switch. And I had a ground-activated relay that would cut the fuel. And because it was reading off of a waste spark ignition, it was double the RPM. So instead of having a 100 RPM window, I had a 50 RPM window. And I could have very easily dropped that engine in the tractor and had it running on propane at whatever RPM I wanted to, if I built it up for it. But unfortunately, they wouldn't allow it because it's a pressurized fuel.
Yep.
I guess they're afraid I'm going to run straight methanol through it. I don't know. I asked them, even if I want to do just a recreational pull. Nope, can't have it. You know, it's ironically is, or what's ironic about it is propane's safer than gasoline when it comes to fuel leaks because you can put pressure cutoff valves in them, in the regulators. And you also don't tend to get any kind of heat sources igniting propane very easily. You need a pretty hot spark to ignite that. But that was a fun idea, and it kind of fell on its face. I have all the parts to do it. I'm not going to throw those parts away because if gasoline ever goes over $4 a gallon, I might be buying, or I might be investing into putting the propane on the tractor to cut grass at least. Some of the interesting things about the propane engines is they have, I think they have harder seats to make up for the dry fuel. I also think they have a higher compression ratio, or at least more ignition advance to make up for the higher octane and less energy in propanes. So already kind of hopped up engines to begin with. So if I was just to swap it to gasoline, it would probably be a little bit better than a standard engine.
Yep.
Look into that and see what actually is changed on compare part numbers. But
I've never messed with the propane.
Sit down in the shed. I don't have time for that right now.
Yeah, I've never messed with the propane burner, so
I was trying to run. Yeah, I was trying to run a 190,000 BTUs per hour through a 1 pound propane tank. It didn't like it.
But I think what they're worried about if you're running that propane is if you're running nitrous.
I had a problem with tanks freezing up on it, so in order to get that engine to where it would work on a lawnmower, yeah. If I was to run the propane on a lawnmower, I would need to come up with some sort of vaporizer. And I think I would buy one of those forklift vaporizers and hook it to run the engine oil through it instead of radiator fluid to help evaporate the propane, and then just run a liquid propane up to the regulator instead of trying to pull gas off the 20-pound center because it would just ice up in no time if I was to cut grass with it. That's what put that on hold, is buying like $200 worth of regulators. I just never got around to it. But it's on my, I guess you could say, bucket list or whatever. List.
Now we kind of run into the same problem running methanol. Everything starts frosting up after 300 feet. So it gets a little frosty.
Where at? In the manifold or in the carburetor?
The carburetor frost, the manifold frost, clear down to the heads.
Make snow cones.
Everything just about, yeah.
I know that.
And the higher the humidity, the worse it is.
Hey, snow cones so good. I just had to call the cops on my niece.
My cast iron Briggs does
shut the airline off.
I'm just like, even if I'm running in the summer, I'll get ice on the long manifold on that Briggs. Sorry, Mr. Briggs, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're all right. Yeah, stupid niece is cutting the air. I caught her cutting the airline off to my father's tank.
The funny thing about the cast iron.
Oh, my niece
Funny
wouldn't
thing
be in my
about
house
tuning
very
those
long.
cast iron Briggs engines is
Go ahead, Willie.
those engines will run lean until you get them warmed up, and then they run rich because the manifolds get cold and they don't vaporize the same. So you got to run those cast iron Briggs under a heavy load for a little while before you can adjust that high speed. Threw me for a loop a couple times, thinking, "What the heck?" It's like it runs fine when it's cold, and then it gets hot, and then it's running rich. What the heck? And I saw how
Methanol's
was actually getting cold on them, and I figured that out.
Methanol's not a frosting problem. Isn't a problem on full-size race cars. Methanol doesn't frost on a 900 plus horsepower race car as much as it would on a tractor either.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
you have engine heads on either side of the manifold.
but also they got their fuel ice down and stuff too, so it's actually colder going in.
Right.
So you don't have that problem where it's changing really fast from the heat.
Right, and on a 900 plus horsepower drag car, your block is hotter.
Yeah.
Stops it.
Ben,
From
It might have
frosting
something to do
up.
with the engine coolant maybe running through the manifold.
On short bursts, no, because on 1,000 plus horsepower drag cars, whether it's a Chevelle or doesn't really matter what kind it is, you're running. Usually, you're dumping ice in the coolant.
Yeah.
Because they're only quarter mile runs.
Well, that and most of them are running like intercoolers and stuff too, where they're cooling the intake air down too, aren't they?
Yeah. Usually large intercoolers with large expansion tanks that you dump ice in, and usually you only do 1 or 2 runs, and then you let the car sit for about 30-40 minutes to cool before you do another run.
Yeah. So their incoming air temperature and the fuel temperatures are probably pretty damn close together, so they don't got that dramatic heat change. So
yeah. And then most of them are running aluminum heads, so it dissipates the heat off. So when the methanol goes through the system, it's not actually reaching cold temperatures.
Yeah. Jeff asked if we have a junior farm club. Not at the clubs we pull with. Do they have them at the big tractor pools, Mark?
I don't know.
I haven't seen him.
I said I don't follow the big ones too much on a local level. I'm reading the chat there. Thomas actually started his new job in the warehouse, and he's loving it. And he's saying that he bet you the old housekeepers are happy he's gone. And Bocce was saying that they're probably glad they got job security now.
Hey, how you doing, Sam?
Hey, Sammy. Patrick, I seen you come in too, bud. Nate's in there somewhere. So, but I'm gonna drop that again there too. So, but yeah, it's that external government 5K is just going to be an interesting class to see how well they're going to police it.
Ooh, what is that?
I haven't seen any kind of inspections, except for they'll put a tachometer on the guys. That's about the only tech inspection I've ever seen. And maybe they'll weigh the winners, make sure they're not overweight. But they don't weigh anyone else, just the winners.
Yeah,
I think or no, it's when you bump the stump. Sometimes they'll have you go to the scale.
Well, this is going to be an NQS class. This ain't going to be a local class. So NQS checks everybody.
And top 3 go home in a basket.
Yeah. I try to keep my costs below what stuff costs new. So I bought an engine for $30 and I put $1,700 of performance parts on it. I think I'm doing good.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, you can't buy a new motor for that kind of money. I haven't even had a chance to exercise it hardly at all. I've just moved trailers with it. That's it. Stepped outside. Under a tarp. If I'll still go out there, it'll still start every time. And I don't have to worry about draining the gas out of it. One thing I would like to do
Drain
with
the
it
gas
though
on
is degree the flywheel and check the timing marks and see what the ignition timing is at because I'd like to get around 30.
Yeah, 30 is a good starting place. But so, Mark, I did get to work on your engine some while I was on vacation.
I'm gonna get on out of here. I gotta do some cleanup. Getting
All right,
late.
man. All right. Thanks for the explanation on that governor and stuff, man. Appreciate that.
We'll see you later.
See you later, Willie.
Later, Willie.
So,
Yeah, I got
but,
I got the weight classes
Jelly quit.
for what they run here. They only go up to 1,200, 1,250.
You have a good night.
what does your tractor weigh, Jeff?
1,249 or 1,250 with me on it.
Oh, you better take a healthy dump before you go out on the track.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do, Jeff, to lighten it up any?
Yeah, take the draw bar off. That's about it.
Well, didn't you put wheel weights on that too?
Yeah, it weighed 1,370 with them.
Oh, okay. So that's without the wheel weights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a lighter driver.
Yeah, I didn't realize those tractors weighed that much.
I didn't think it did either. Well, I should have known because it says in the book there that they start at 975. I guess that little extra transmission must weigh a lot.
Yeah.
Bocce, I made no bake cookies today. That's what I was eating.
You made oatmeal cookies?
No bake. Yep.
Oh.
They have oatmeal in them.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, this here goes 12, 13, 14, then junior farm up to 2,500. So we got 1,400 modified and super modified on here. But I don't think they have the weights for it on that sled, so that's why they probably stop at 1,150 or 1,200.
You got it, Bocce. Oatmeal and chocolate.
Did you put raisins in them, Ken?
Oh, you gotta put raisins in them.
Never have.
Yeah.
It's like having a raisin bran without the raisins.
What?
Huh? You heard me.
No, I didn't.
You got to use the white. You got to use the white grapes in them. They're delicious.
Hey there, Mr. Briggs.
The OG Mr. Briggs.
The real Mr. Briggs.
But Bocce, Ken will send you a half a dozen of them cookies if you come up on panel.
That's right. They're already boxed. Got to put a stamp on it.
Better say to FedEx, they might never get there. Yeah, I went to a tractor pull last night out in Pennsylvania for the big tractors.
Uh-oh.
I didn't stay long, though.
We got semi-royalty here now.
Oh, must be the bald-headed guy from England, huh?
Check
Oh,
out this
they didn't
tractor.
Oh,
Hey, Adam.
oh.
What's
Where'd
up,
he come
guys?
from?
Oh, I just got home finally. Jeez, what a long day.
How long was it?
It's that long that my whole front yard is full
just
of
climbed-
toys. I got the big trike here. I got the race drift cart here. I got the race cart here. I got the Joker bike here. What else? That other new little drag trike I'm building. I literally filled up a truck and the whole cab, and so it was long. And I got the Trailmaster completely roller. Like the motor, I mocked up the motor once on it, but it's the frame is done. All the paint work is done. The frame is done. The tires are on. Sprockets, brakes, everything. All you gotta do is bolt the motor on, hook the chain up. So it's about putting my my stage 4 motor off my Warrior on it until the Cala race. Because it is looking sick. It came out better
Awesome.
than I ever imagined it would have came out. So, and then right after the race, Zach's taking it and he's putting that turbo on it that I got from I can't point that way, that direction.
Yeah, up there.
That over there. I can't do it. I still can't do it. It's so backwards. So he's already got all the piping and stuff, and he already has the engine that I'm going to use for that bike that he's building. So it's going to be sick. The turbo is going to stick off the side of the bike, like way off the side, and we're going to build a big route around it.
That guy way over there, on the other side.
Yeah, no, other way. You're pointing towards. Yeah, if you went all the way around the world, if you point this way.
That way.
I got it now. Look, there it is. Oh, a little off. Right by that big tractor wheel right there. See that big tractor wheel?
Oh, I don't know. You better watch his last couple videos about engine building.
Oh, yeah, I've been watching. Oh, I see.
You think they screwed up my sticker order?
No, not at all.
Hey, when'd you off that Chinese site?
I said 3 inches, not 3 millimeters.
Definitely not. Jeez.
I think that's the size of a bottle cap. I figured already about. Yeah, there we go. We can put on the end of our bottle cap right here. Perfect size.
Man. That's crazy. I hope you didn't pay for those.
Oh, I did pay for them, and I called them up and I said, "Do you realize you sent me 3 millimeter instead of 3 inches?" And they looked at the order and they said, "Whoops." They're sending another batch. I said, "I can't send these out. What are they gonna do with them? Put them on the end of a telescope?" Magnifying glass.
That's ridiculous.
Oh,
I just finally
line
found
them
that
all
head
up across the
that
those could be looking.
Hey, they're thumb stickers.
Oh, gee.
thumb
Line them up
stickers.
across the refrigerator.
What the heck?
I'll take one and I'll put it on my box.
I need one.
Oh, when the
I'll
big
put it on
ones
the
come,
wall.
I'll send you a couple. I'll send you a couple little ones, and then you could zoom in on it.
Wow.
I gotta fill mine up still. I got a whole big open area here where I took off the Tampa Boys Customs thing, so I need to fill all that up.
Well, as soon as they send me the right stickers, I'll send them out. I had all the envelopes made out and opened up that said, "Oh, they're good." Pop them in. I said, "You got to be kidding me. What are they going to do with these? Put them on top of their pop bottle? Oh, here we go. We'll just put them. That's all they could do with them.
You can put them on like your phone cases and stuff.
That's
Like,
about it.
cell phone.
With the banana split.
Oh, my hair's all tangled
Put 'em
up
on-
now. Jesus.
Yeah, I'll
Put 'em on
take,
the
I'll take
center
a
of a
banana
steering
split.
wheel.
So I
I'll
got my
take a
boy.
busted bar, please.
I got my
He-
son a
he
little
can
kiddie
hear
pool
too
today
much.
and took him out there. That was fun.
Well, that's
He was
why they make the
splashing
mute
around.
button, you know.
Mute.
Oh, not for you, for the other guy.
Oh, the
He's
guy
taking
above
ice cream orders. He's taking ice cream orders right now.
Yeah.
ice cream
Yeah.
order.
Banana split.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
He's giving Sandy his ice cream order.
Oh. Well, who's getting my ice cream? That's what I want to know. I think I got some in the fridge actually.
That's you're talking about ice cream. I went and got us up last night for dinner, and I usually don't get road rage. It takes a lot nowadays to really piss me off. While I'm driving.
No, not me. Not me.
I went through Wendy's drive-thru because I wanted a Frosty. It took the lady in front of me 5 minutes to place her order.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
Literally.
That'll drive you nuts.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, yeah.
She was sitting there texting, getting orders, and giving them to the person taking her order.
TV was on.
I looked at my clock when we pulled up, and she sat there for 5 minutes putting her order in.
Ridiculous.
Some young girl.
Lord.
Ed got mad, started honking his horn, cussing and swearing. What the hell's taking so long?
Hi, Ed. See ya.
Nope. I did not beat my horn. Did not get a truck. It was a young girl. I didn't want to end up on the front page of the newspaper.
Right. So, how far did y'all get into that
Yeah.
motor that you're figuring all them problems out on? That I don't know. I know it's a V-twin. I don't know what it is, but
Well, Mark just put Mark just put the second half of that video up. So.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen
y'all
it.
go
I
check
wonder
that
how
out.
come you're working on it while he's just watching.
I haven't been on YouTube at all.
I was actually comparing the bill that the guy paid the people for the
Right.
parts that are not there.
Oh wow. Oh man.
I don't know.
That's
I find it
bad,
hard to
man.
believe any engine building shop would do that mess. That looks like a Cub Scout project went wrong.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
put my name
well,
on nothing like that. There's no
you
way.
know, the factor is he picked it up from the builder, bolted it on, went to the first tractor pull, and couldn't even move the sled.
Oh, by the looks of it,
Probably
lucky
paid.
that thing even started up.
Yeah, and probably paid a lot from the leg for it too. I'm sure.
Would you believe over 1,600 two times?
Oh, dude, that is wow. And this is a shop, an actual.
This is
somebody
a
that
pro
does this
shop.
for a
It does
living.
nothing.
Right.
Yeah, 6 days a week.
Oh, no wonder you're not saying nothing. No wonder you're not saying who it is. Well, man, I need that chain right there.
I just can't believe that a regular build shop would put something like that out there.
Well, you guys say ice cream, I might as well have some.
On that. I know I sent a bike out of here I just sold, and my neighbor bought it, and I wouldn't. It took me 2 weeks before I finally sold it to him just because I wouldn't put my name on it because stuff kept going wrong. And now he's riding it every single day, all day long. And that thing ain't.
What do you want?
The guy wanted me to repair the motor just to get it so he could get it sold. I said, you won't put my name on nothing of that. Nothing. I want no part of it.
That motor ain't even worth fixing.
Nope. My name ain't going on anything of that.
Well, Tommy should just smoke them all at once then.
It's different when you start out with a platform that's stock and you go from there. But to go backwards to fix somebody else's, no way, I wouldn't either.
Well, I built that motor the first time for that guy.
Oh.
And that motor performed for 7 years, and he was top 5 tractors constantly every time he hooked.
Why didn't he come back to you? You were just too busy, or
He
you were not
did.
available?
He came back to me, and I didn't have time to get to it.
Right, you were working on it. Okay.
So
I
he
understand.
took it to a
Now I see.
reputable shop,
Right.
and
That effed it up, right?
Exactly. Screwed it up.
yeah, pretty much.
You know what, this is black and
Yeah.
I think even my dog could do a better job building that
piece
motor.
of my puzzle right here.
Well, the big funny thing is when I started building Mark's motor, putting it on YouTube, they were calling me a hack,
You're a hack.
and that motor will never run,
Mm-hmm.
and that motor will never run. It'll never run right. You know, I don't know what I'm doing, and
That's YouTube trolls for you.
Exactly right.
That
They're not-
That's all
motor
they are.
will run. That motor will run, and they will have their hands full.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank. It will happen.
Yeah.
If not,
yeah, because
there'll be a whole lot more parts bought. End of the story.
To make it go.
Worst gonna happen, it's gonna blow up. That's the worst thing that's gonna happen. Then
Yeah,
sell
right.
it,
Send it.
load it off.
Send it. Yeah. Who cares?
That's how you learn from your mistakes.
That's right. Build them, blow them
I-
up.
I'll put a guarantee on it that it'll at least make it off the line.
Right, right.
It'll be all right.
At least pulling the sled one time. Shit.
Yeah,
It might be
you
a
know,
fireball
I
at the end,
don't-
but I guarantee it's going to pull it a long way.
The only dyno I have is here. And here, this shop has a professional dyno that they had this motor on.
Right.
And it wouldn't move the sled.
Hey,
That's
talk
why-
about moving the sled.
That's
I
why
seen the old Superhead in action last night. Won a grand total of 40 feet at 4,500 pounds. I said, I don't believe this. You've been running this thing for 6 years doing this?
Yeah, that's
25 feet,
like
that sounds like nothing.
that's like that boy asked me. He says, why do you have earbuds in listening to the music when you're pulling? I said, because when I send that motor, when it's coming apart, I don't want to hear it because there's no
Yeah.
lift. It's going to
It's gonna go. I don't want to know it's gonna go.
Hey everybody,
I cracked a block the other day.
I
I
Didn't
gotta
know it.
finish uploading these 7 videos, and I have to record like 6 or 7 more, and I gotta make dinner for the kids. So I'm gonna catch y'all later.
Alrighty, see you.
See you, buddy. Good seeing
Take it
you,
easy,
Antonio. Have a good night, man.
Good to see you, Adam.
You too, brother.
I'm uploading
to see you,
Adam's
Antonio.
video right now too.
Yeah, there we go. Heck yeah. I'm gonna get
See
to
you
that
guys later.
2,000. See you, brother. I'm gonna get that 2K one
We'll
way
see
or
you, man.
another.
I couldn't believe that last night. He actually had me pissed. I left. I said, I can't believe this. He come in. He bought the 3 tractors, 2 H's and a Super M. Another guy showed up with a load of suitcase weights. The third guy showed up with about 2,800 pounds of the big wheel weights. I was looking. I said, "What do you think you got here? A couple of fucking 1566s or something?" And they farted around, jerking around, putting this shit together. And then they got all done. And it's like, hey, who's got the pull hook? And they were all
Who's got
looking
the
at each
pull hook?
other. Yeah, he had just a drawbar. He had They finally dug up one little like 2.5 ton clevis and put a 1/2 inch bolt in it. It's like, oh, I'm sure the guy on this sled is gonna appreciate that. And he didn't. He didn't. When the H went out there, they were looking at it and they told him, "See ya. Don't bring it back out here until you got something that we can hook to."
Oh, y'all must not have seen my live stream, huh? I had an angry Karen, really angry at me. She ended up calling the cops on me after it was all said and done. It was great. Oh, it was fun. I sold that mini bike. What was it, Friday night? I sold that mini bike to my neighbor, and he was riding it up and down the road and stuff. And then they had another supermoto bike out there they were riding. So I decided it'd be a good idea to pull a live stream up on my channel and bring my bike out. So, actually, my wife's bike I brought out. I brought it out and was doing burnouts in the middle of bush, the main street down here, and we were all ripping up and down the road and we went on a big ride. And my neighbor, she's not so nice. She was definitely Karen, and it was like 10 o'clock, I think, or 10:30, 11. It was pretty late to have all those bikes out there like that. But she could have came out and told me to put the bike up, and I would have put the bike up, you know. She came out cussing me out and getting in my face and calling me everything but a nice guy. So, you know, that doesn't ever work in anybody's favor when you come at me sideways, you know. So it was fun. I had a good time with it. She was not a happy camper by the end of it. And she still didn't get nothing. The cops didn't do shit. So it just goes to show you can't, you know, don't pay off to be a a-hole to people. She came out and tried to get in front of my bike and then told me I tried to run her over in my yard. She was in my yard, in my yard, and I tried to run her over. I said, hold on, like, whoa, you got things messed up.
Yeah, right, Brandon. We need.
Hey, did you ever? You could have had her arrested for trespassing if she was in your yard.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I got the GoPro footage, Brandon. I had the GoPro on the whole time. I'm editing the footage right now. So I do. I got it. It's coming. Don't worry, bud. Dude, I'm like 4 videos behind.
All right.
I have like 4 videos edited in my app right now. That me and the wife went on a ride, and I seen some Karens over there too. It was great. Around the street, it's so much fun. We get into so much drama. It's great. Somebody calls on me over there.
That's all right. I got a neighbor up the street's got a beauty shop in front of her house, inside her house. And when I first moved it back into this house, she knocked the door, introduced herself. By the way, there's no parking allowed in front of my house. It said, why is that? Well, I run a beauty shop. Oh, okay. Wrong answer to tell me. I went up there, parked my 3 of my fleet in front of her house for a day. She said, move them. Her husband threatened me to move them or he'd have them towed. I says, for what? It's a public street. You can't designate parking in front of a public street.
Right, you can't.
Your
Oh,
neighbors
you can see
must
the
just
chat.
love you.
Hey, Lisa Ann, Mark, Thomas, and Ben, Bachi, everybody.
Actually-
I just see in the chat. I can't see the chat on my phone, so I'm just seeing all that.
Actually, Jeff, my neighbors do love me, but every street has those 1 or 2 assholes.
Always, dude. I
My-
got one. He's right
My
across the
neighbors love
street.
me. My neighbors love me, Jeff, whether you know it or not. That their lawnmower breaks, they come to Scott. They need their snow blowed, they come to Scott. You have no idea what you're talking about. I got 2 neighbors are assholes: the beauty shop and the Muslim down the street.
There's always those. Dude, they had church 2 houses down. They had some Spanish church in my front yard Saturday night for like 2 hours with like 4 huge loudspeakers and lawn chairs set up in their front yard. We called somebody, I guess my mother-in-law or somebody called the cops. The cops sat there in front of the show, let them finish, didn't do nothing. No permit.
They
Some
can't do
Spanish
anything.
People, they can't do nothing. They can't shut that down. That's what I told them. I said, they ain't gonna shut that down. So they had a loudspeaker. This guy screaming like they were singing, but they was not singing. It was horrible. It was, I don't even know what they were saying.
Yeah, but next time they do that, you take
But
it. See, that goes 2 ways. You take your Jeep, you roll it up there, and you
I
roll
did
the
better than
windows down, and you play them, and you put on whatchamacall, Bad Medicine, full
no.
full bore.
I pulled the mini bikes out and was doing burnouts in front of their house.
Nah,
Literally.
you play
and rip it and catwalking up and down the road the whole time. Didn't even slow them down. They didn't even miss a beat. They didn't even care about that mini bike at all. I didn't even.
I'd be more fun putting that. I did that to somebody. My one neighbor was playing Christian music all day long, so I decided to play Bad Medicine. Just fire up that Bad
No, I don't think-
Medicine. Oh yeah.
I tried to ask them twice nice to please turn it down. I don't think they speak any English like them lick because no one answered me. I got a couple mean mugs, but there was not one answer one time. So I don't think any of them speak English.
See, they speak the universal language.
After a while, I was giving a few of those too because I was out working on my bikes in my front yard and it was so loud and so obnoxious that it was just, you couldn't think. You couldn't think about what you were doing next because it was that close, and that loud. They had 4 tower
Okay,
speakers
disconnect
they
the
were
exhaust.
going off of.
Disconnect the exhaust on your Jeep and go out there and fire up the old V8 and fire it up and rev it up a few times with the exhaust disconnected.
Give them a couple pops.
Yep.
I rode my mini bike
Pour
back
some
and forth,
transmit-
and so did
Hey.
my other neighbor. They didn't care.
Oh, better yet, pour transmission fluid down the exhaust pipe and then fire it up in front of their house. White smoke.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's what I
evil.
was trying to do with the mini bike, but I wasn't allowed. I got in trouble. I got yelled at by Karen again. Karen started yelling at me for that.
Oh, hey, there you go. Tip the mini bike up on that, filled it, put a quart of transmission fluid down the exhaust pipe, and then fire it up and fly it down the street. Man, the smoke would be.
No,
They'd run for the hill.
You just send Lucas on the carburetor.
Hey, there you go.
Good.
STP
really
oil
good.
treatment. Dump that down the exhaust.
Oh,
Dump
man.
the whole.
It smokes like a son of a bitch.
STP oil treatment down inside the muffler. Then fire it up, man. That thing would smoke for an hour.
Oh yeah,
That's a good idea.
I need to try that one next time. That's a good idea. I like that.
You got to tip it up on that so you can take it, pour up the whole quart of STP oil treatment. Something cheap that you don't want. You don't want to waste Lucas on that. A whole quart of STP oil treatment.
It'll be worth $10. It's worth $10 to me to see that. That's definitely worth $10 all day. I'll make sure the camera's pointed right at it.
Or some training fluid too. That'd be good too.
I can't remember what else we poured on that little Predator engine when we did that, but one of them smoked really good, but I can't remember which one it was. I have to go back and watch the video. One of them smoked way more than any of the other ones. I don't remember what it was. It was one of the things we did. It was we poured like 5 different things on the intake, and I can't.
Oh, it's better just pour straight into the exhaust.
One of them smoked, dude. Like it smoked. That was great.
So who's good around the area on Mercury Motors?
What, the boat motor?
Huh?
Petty's and Maslin, maybe.
2-stroke motor or the 4-stroke?
Yeah, 2-stroke.
Had
a water pump impeller problem. I fixed that.
Oh man, yeah, those are
then
That's
now the
what's
damn
going on.
thing will start on choke, and as soon as you take it off choke, it's dead.
Something with maybe the injection system, something with the
Well, I'm
carbs.
thinking that maybe it might be a head gasket problem now since it got
Or
hot
it could
from
be.
not
Because
having
it got hot.
water through it to cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Big time.
Shouldn't be long, Brandon. Shouldn't be long.
It could
Yep,
it could
I'm
be a
thinking
couple. It
about
could be any seal it blew. It could be intake manifold seal. It could be a couple of them. Head gasket
There's-
included. It could be all of them.
Yeah, hopefully in a
hate
couple weeks
you.
here I won't be working nights anymore.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if it was a
Like I
head
said,
gasket problem, the water goes through the head gasket. So whenever I put water through it, it should leak around that head gasket, I would think.
Or you would see it in the plug. You'd see it on the plug. If you pull a plug, you'd definitely see if it was burning water, and you'd know it too. I mean, you'd know it would, and it wouldn't run on choke. It wouldn't be different from choke to run either. It
How
wouldn't
about some?
make a difference.
If you sprayed soapy water on it,
No, I did a compression check and everything on it. It's got 115 pounds on the top plug and 113 on the bottom plug, so that's not too awfully bad. So
no.
I don't know about a two-stroke. I don't know what they're supposed to be at, but sounds pretty good, reasonable.
That's actually excellent for a two-stroke.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like two-strokes, man. Some people swear by them, but I don't like them.
I love two-strokes. Can't kill them.
Not me. Not me.
yeah, I love two strokes too, out the frickin' door.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Two strokes. 1, 2.
Yeah, that's where I'm about at with it. Really.
Two-stroke
where
is
Paige
music.
was at
Two
over there in the
smoking.
bar?
So I guess that means
I
we
got-
can't bring no chainsaws to you, huh?
I've got an
Oh,
Echo
look
weed
at
whacker I
the
made from
flag.
junk
I
parts.
got that sideways, but got me a new Trump flag.
Well, the
What
bad
did it
thing of it is, I thought, okay, well, maybe a carburetor issue, but I can't even find a carburetor for it.
Well, because those intake carburetors, and when those carburetors are stacked like that, if that thing got hot, it could have burnt. There's those stack of gaskets that run on those
Yeah,
for that oil injection crap they got. So I bet that I've had to replace those before from it
Yeah.
running that same way, the exact same thing you're saying. That's how mine was running. And mine's at 85.
Yeah,
It was at 85 mercury.
I took
85
that.
power.
That's an 84 Mercury, 9.8, and I took that whole stack of gaskets apart, and they look fine.
Oh, then that ain't it. Then you're probably then it's another one.
If you checked inside the muffler, even those two-cycle boat motors have spark arresters in them.
They do call
If that spark arrester's clogged up, that thing will run like shit or won't run at all.
When how you
Every
gonna get to the
two-cycle
top?
engine is.
You hear it though. You know
Usually
it by
there's
sound.
a access panel inside. Take off the exhaust, disconnect it, see if it'll run without the exhaust. If it is, you just answered your own question. The exhaust is plugged.
There is no exhaust. It comes down the neck and out the
Down the
propeller.
neck and out the propeller, right? Well,
Then that exhaust could very well be plugged going down into that tube. If you should be able to run, you should be able to disconnect.
Would plug.
Oh,
Yeah,
they do that all the time. Musty One had a video where one plugged in. He ran compressed air and he couldn't even get the air go through it. He ended up running a coat hanger down through where it comes out.
I mean, maybe if like some bugs got up in there, like mud dogs or something, clogged it up, or
That's what clogged it up. He just had a video on one where it was clogged up. He just did a video.
His ran fine until the water pump went out.
Yeah, it ran fine, but the motor has been setting for 10 years.
Oh, then that may very well be there be something clogged up in there.
So, but the first day out, it ran fine. How we fished?
Yeah, but if it
11
got
hours.
hot, and those things can it's crazy. But those things, whatever it was, there could be something in there. It ran, and you just solidified it and made it worse.
Yeah, but if that was the case, it wouldn't run on choke either.
Not necessarily.
The only other thing I can think of, Mark, is possibly there was some gunk in the fuel line, and you running all that fresh fuel through it. You knock a piece loose. It's gotten up into the carburetors, and it's lacking.
I pulled the whole carburetor, pulled all the jets, put it through the ultrasonic cleaner, whole 9 yards, same thing.
Yeah, but what about the fuel line coming up to the carburetor?
Replaced everything from the fuel tank,
Okay.
the pump ball, everything.
And are you still oil
Okay.
injecting it? It's still oil injection?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know on that, I can't remember. On that oil, oh man, where's that? Okay, so where the oil, it's a mechanical one, right? Off the motor, like with oil pump sticking off the side of the engine somewhere. So I would check that and make sure that thing is working. Right, because I know those
No.
run
It's
off the same part as the water pump runs off, correct?
no. This is not an oil injected. This is you mix oil in your gas.
Okay, yeah, right. So there's no oil pump. Okay. Then
Yeah.
Never mind then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 2-stroke motor.
Yeah, but mine has an oil injection. But we bypassed it now, but it had an oil injection, and that went bad.
Right.
The premix thing, or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
You know that. And that failed like the same time the water pump did. They're tricky, man. 2-strokes are, when they work good, they're great, but when they don't work right, they suck. Especially on a boat.
That's what I'm
You said it was
talking
what?
about.
It was a little horsepower. Oh, what is that? Yeah, I need some of that.
It doesn't miss that boat.
Oh, I gotta go get some ice cream now. You're killing me here. Where's my sandals at?
I thought I heard somebody at the door. That's why I went. And
Oh, I got ice cream sandwich. I got some ice cream. I just got off the ice cream truck the other day in my freezer. If I could just find my dang shoes.
Hey, are we going swimming next weekend or what?
Dude, that
No.
pool looks great, Ed. I seen that, man. Heck yeah! I didn't even think about it till just now. Till Sandy said something. That pool is awesome. When am I coming up to go swimming? That's all I'm saying.
it's clearing up as we're speaking. It's up to 78 degrees. So
Oh, it's heated.
Vacuum.
it's no.
Oh
No,
the
it's not. I just got a solar. Yeah, I just got a solar cover on it, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's gonna need vacuumed. But yeah, I mean,
Hell. Heck yeah, man.
I'm ready to go swimming.
Time to do a cannonball. Well, hop in.
I can backflip.
We're ready
What we got
for
next?
swimming.
What was the fill price per person?
Well, the total for the water was $300.
What, to fill it? Actually, that's not that bad. I thought it
No,
was
that
more
ain't
than
that bad.
I really thought it'd be more. That looks like a big pool, man.
That's 12 inches.
That's 12 inches of water in the pool.
Oh, jeez.
I just had to have it topped off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I went and spent almost $100 on chemicals.
Oh yeah, pools are expensive. I had one at my grandma's
Yeah,
house
it looks
for
pretty
years,
clear except for sweeping it.
and my dad's got one at his house. My dad's bringing his backyard up 3 feet right now. His whole, whatever it is, 2 acres backyard on the lake, and he's doing a new septic. He's bringing it up 3 feet. That's gonna be, how much you think that's gonna cost in dirt?
Put a sign
Not
out.
of course, much.
Almost
People are looking for
almost 2
places to get
acres.
rid of dirt now.
Well, he's buying the dirt. We're buying fill dirt because he's on a lake, so you can't go bring in like anything. It's gotta be dry dirt. Because that's the problem is his whole backyard is underwater, and then he's building that new septic is the new above ground ones, so he's gonna try to kind of match that so he doesn't have a huge mound in his backyard.
Well, I told the guys about $100 a piece.
Well, whatever it figures up to be between everybody,
Yeah, well, you got 4 in it. If you got $100 worth of chemicals and 3 in water, that's $400.
Yeah. But I am going to have to find a source for the 3-inch pucks. Nobody around here has them right now. So
If I can get you any pump you need, Ed.
no puck.
My dad is the manufacturer. Oh, okay.
Chlorine.
The chlorine pucks.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Can you
say.
order them?
I can't get any full spec like that, but I can get you anything water pump related.
What do you mean by the bucks?
The
Those are
chlorine
expensive.
tablets.
The chlorine tablets, yeah. The little tablets you throw in. You just throw them in your mixer thing.
For the big bucket like I bought a couple summers ago, which I paid like $35 or $45 for the bucket when I bought it. They were out of them, but their price on them now is $80.
Well, yeah.
I know. It's way too long. It's a pain in the butt, too.
So,
Is that Yahoo out there on 62?
yeah, the Atlantic pools.
Well, I wasn't gonna say no name, but
yeah. Well, they actually have the cheapest price. I called around to see what the prices were of them, and he's always cheapest on all of his chemicals and everything, but nobody has them. So, I mean, I still.
There's a guy right here in town that sells.
I mean, I still have about probably 10 or 12 of them, something like that. I'd have to look, but definitely before the end of summer, I'm going to need to get some more. So,
how often you got to add those things?
Well, I got an automatic feeder, and I put about 6 of them in at a time, and that's about 2 weeks worth of running the pool. But I keep it, I keep the feeder turned down on it. Right now, I got it cranked all the way up. I'm going to turn it down tonight when I go to shut it down. But I don't follow the pH and all that kind of like everybody else testing their water 2 or 3 times a week. I test it as long as that chlorine level's where it should be. It's it's a good level. I let it roll.
Yo, Dirtfoot racing in the house, and Bocce, I think not. That is never gonna happen again. I do need to go to a haircut though, because it's too long again. I can't deal with it.
Did you
starts getting knotted up.
check Amazon for it?
No, I haven't checked online any place for it. I got a couple places I deal with where I bought my pool liner, or not pool liner, but my solar cover and stuff. I'm gonna check what their prices are. So
if I gotta get my computer fixed. My computer for somehow is I can hook up to my mobile hotspot on my phone. Like I can use my hotspot on my phone, but my computer will not hook to any Wi-Fi. It says that my I don't know, something with the signal route or something. It's like broken. How can it be broken if it's wireless? Like what breaks in there to do that? But I can hook up to my phone. So I have to take my computer and get fixed, which is so stupid. I don't understand. I've tried everything. I've tried resetting it, doing the network reset, talking with customer care, trying to have them walk me through it. It's not getting fixed. So I have to take it back into where I got it, and hopefully they can fix it. But how can it be broken if it's wireless? It hooks through, it doesn't, it's not, there's no wire. So what breaks?
It's the there's an adapter built into it on the motherboard that sends and receives the Wi-Fi signal.
Right.
Those can go bad.
Oh boy, so
those little things.
Oh, great. I wonder how much that's going to cost.
But the thing about it is you can get one that'll plug into a USB port and do the same thing.
I can probably still go off hardwire off an Ethernet cable. I haven't tried that because I'm so mad.
Oh yeah.
Mess with it. It's been closed, sitting on my desk forever. I don't even open it. It's got all you guys' stickers on it now, though. I did put everybody's stickers on it. That's probably what made it break. All that freaking horsepower I added to it. It's
probably
locking up.
Hey, Thomas says that Walmart has them pucks online.
I just seen that comment. I'll check.
Exactly, Muzzer. How can it be broken if it's wireless? They need a T-shirt.
Hey, I can send you a Mr. Briggs sticker, a little Mr. Briggs sticker, and they'll make it sing.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I think about computers. I hate them. It pisses me off. I just have my Tan Boys custom shirt on, but I wore it at my dad's shop, and it is now black. Like you can't even walk around that shop. It was ridiculous. I got the new build sitting outside all mocked up, and it's looking so cool. This one you're gonna see, motor is gonna be, You're gonna sit, and the motor's gonna be right in front of you. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be sketch, but it's gonna be cool. I'm building up something to go straight finally. And we're gonna take it to the track and see what we can do. So that's the next build coming because the Trailmaster is finally like done. I can almost say done, almost done. I can show it to you guys. I can go out there. Oh no, I gotta uncover them and all that crap again. Oh man, I don't feel like doing it. I just covered them all up. I don't have room.
Like I was saying, like I was saying earlier, I was working on Mark's engine earlier this week, getting the backlash or the cam and crank spacing set. Ordered the shims.
Yeah.
The shims won't be in until after the 4th of July.
Dude, I bet every part you'll have to order for that is special order and all that. I mean, look at it. I mean.
Oh no, they're stock Kohler parts.
Oh really?
They're stock Kohler parts,
just bigger.
But they, yep.
Yeah.
So.
If they're stock parts, why are they so hard to get? Then.
Because they're coming out of a warehouse across the country, and they're just a teeny tiny little part.
Oh, and those are older motors y'all use, huh? Y'all use an older
Yeah.
design, okay,
And
that's why. Yeah.
I didn't see what it would cost to actually have them shipped in. Yeah. But I'm imagining probably about $10 a fucking shim, and the shims are only a couple bucks a piece. So.
Dang, dude, I got boxes of shims, man. Boxes. I don't know if they're the same kind of shims.
Yeah, they got to be a certain OD and ID.
The whole box is expensive. Well, no, each box has a variety of different sizes in it, but they're probably different. I'm sure they're different for an inside of an engine shim compared. These are just bolt shims for aligning motors. I'm sure they're totally different.
Here comes the thunderstorm.
Tiny. It looked like it was going to rain here, and then it never did. I think we got like 2 sprinkles.
It rained on and off here for about an hour, and
baby boy, hey,
that was
baby
it.
Boy. My boy is walking all over.
Yeah, the wind's picking up.
Yeah, I bought you all used vehicles.
I definitely got some
going
cleaning up to do.
Super high.
Oh, I can't show the camera that way. It'll show the new build. Like the whole side of my house is full of toys now. It's great. Not only I went out to the shop to get one. I was only going out to get the big trike, and I ended up getting a lot more. Let's see if I can uncover just one bike here. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe not. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. It's only taking me what? It's only taking me like 3 months to build this bike. That's not too bad, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I've been working on Mark's motor for like a year.
Just cause work, man. I work. Oh, I can't uncover it. It's stuck. This bike. Look how beautiful this thing is. Hold on, I gotta get the front uncovered. Oh, it's stuck in the gate.
Here comes it.
It's finally a whole bike again. Let's see if I can do this without. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, my tripod's gonna fall over. It's got the new shocks. It's got the new Sunf 827 tires on it. It's got the little pit bike bars that I use, brush guards. The motor's not on it now, but it's got a 62 sprocket instead of the stock 50. It's got reinforced frame.
I like that tire. That back tire looks like it's got a mohawk.
Dude, they're matching tires back and front.
That's cool.
And that's the eBay or the Amazon shocks I bought. These are all those used parts I was buying off Amazon. You know how Amazon always has like a used part or like it says it's scratched and damaged? This shock had that little scratch right there. That's it. That's what was wrong with it. And I got it for like half the price of what they were supposed to be.
I'm feeling it too.
So the front suspension is actually a little too soft, so I got to figure out how to get them both even. So when I bounce, they bounce even. Because right now, when you jump on it, the front goes down way more than the back. So
When you go
I
both
can't show
two
you.
bikes together, Tampa?
I got someone right underneath me right now, but I'm not showing it to you. You'll see. It's coming. I'll bring it out. You've seen it already. It was going to be something else. But I got the big truck right here. I got the little I brought the Razor drift cart back. The little electric thing I did. It's sitting here with me. And what else did I bring? Something else, but I can't remember. But I can't show you any of them because this one build, the new build, is sitting right. Oh, you can see something. Oh, right there. No, you can't see it. Sorry. You'll see it in the video real soon. It's coming. Don't worry.
Yep, you got both two bikes together and make them steer together, simultaneously. Put two together.
Put two together.
Yeah, why not?
That's pretty much what the big trike is. The big trike was a fire pump base and then a scooter I welded together. It's just a bunch of welded pieces together. And then that other jalopy thing I built years ago, it was a bunch of crap. It was a lawnmower, pieces of a lawnmower, and pieces of a scooter, and all kinds of stuff. For fun, man. What else did I bring from the shop? I know I had more shit.
Wonder if those tablets go bad.
No, I'm sure they don't.
You don't want it? Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, they might dissolve. Actually, they might not be a tablet no more.
It was as long as they're dry, they're fine.
I got four buckets of those tablets in my basement from when I had an in-ground pool in my yard. They're about 20 years old.
As long as the moisture didn't get to them, then they would be fine.
Should be, yeah. I mean, it's
I'll have to go look. The bucket, they haven't been used. My grandfather filled the pool back in, actually, like 1988. So they've been sitting there since 1988 on the shelf in the basement.
Holy moly, that is a long time. Oh, this thing looks so sick. I can't wait to cut this frame apart. The only part is going to be sitting over that engine like that. I'm going to have to build some kind of something in front, like to keep at least like the heat, and maybe if the chain comes off. What the hell is that? A Harley? Never seen that bike before. But it's going to be really cool to have sit on a lowrider and sit that low on a frame. My butt is going to be sitting even with the tires. Should be pretty cool.
There you go.
It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be like a chopper.
Nice.
That ain't no Harley. I don't know what that thing is. I'll mute myself because that guy's bike is pretty loud.
So, but
doubt the bucket could rot through dirt bike because they're in plastic buckets, most of them.
Actually, the chlorine can make them brittle.
Oh, I have to look. There's about 4 buckets of it down there.
But I am going to need a oil pump, Mark, as soon as I get those shims, so I can get that motor sealed up. That's the last two things: is shim the crank and cam, and then put the oil pump in it, and then work on the outside of it.
You running out of things to do yet?
Nope. I just got a call today. Somebody's going to drop off another John Deere tractor Thursday. The sun gear on the steering went bad, and somebody else looked at it for him and said, "Oh, you got to separate the frame and stuff and pull the whole steering column off." So that's what I said. They've already got the mower.
Griffin, dog.
They've already got the mower deck and stuff off, so he's going to drop it off Thursday evening. I'm going to take a look at it. I can't imagine you having to take the whole tower and stuff off of it to get to that gear.
It's a John Deere. I wouldn't doubt it.
What in the world did I do with the wife's header?
No, he has a lot of firewood to split, Mark. He has a lot to do.
Yeah, but I got a Dodge Dart rear end that needs put together with gears and everything too.
Oh, I finally got me a tip. Oh, it's time. I can't wait.
Nice.
So now I just got to get a tank. I got the reg. I think I got the right reg. I don't even know. This might be wrong. I got this thing,
Regulator.
but it's got this
Yeah,
big,
well-
huge thread on it, though. I don't think
That's
it doesn't look right.
that's not a that's actually not a regulator. That's a flow control. And yes, you need that.
Right, flow control, but
Yeah.
And yes, I need it. Well, how in the world do I hook my tip to that? Because my tip I have doesn't fit that.
There
Like,
should be a
the
hose
thread
on
is
the end.
different.
It should be it
I
should
have
be
two
on the
hoses.
hose.
Okay, I have the green hose coming off this thing, right? So this thing has a green hose connected to it. My tip
Right.
has a red hose connected to it. So can I just screw my red hose into where that green hose is hooked up? Yeah, why wouldn't I? Yeah.
The red and green hoses are off an oxyacetylene set, not a MIG or not a TIG set.
Well, why is my TIG? Well, yeah, my TIG. So this is red. This actually will screw into that. So I don't. Yeah. Because this is what's on the end of my red hose. This fitting. Right.
Okay.
So I would screw that into this piece, where that's screwed in at, and then that goes into the bottle.
That goes into your argon
And that's
bottle.
all I
Yeah.
need.
Yeah. Well, it
Right.
should.
Is that what it
should.
is? Argon.
100% argon. Yeah.
Argon. My grandpa was telling me nitrous or something. I was like, it's not. Or nitrogen. I was like, I don't
No.
think it's nitrogen.
No, it's argon. No, it's argon.
He's 80 years old. He ain't welded in a long time. These are his old hoses he gave me from when he was welding, probably, God, I don't know, 40 years ago.
What are you
Been in my shop that long.
welding?
So I have to even see if they're gonna. What am I? What?
What are you welding? Is it aluminum?
I want to TIG weld. No, I'm gonna TIG weld my thin stuff, like headers, tubing, all my thin stuff that I'm welding with stick now. My little
Yeah, I don't
belt
think you-
welder I got does TIG.
I don't think you'd need 100% for that.
Yeah.
That'd be 80-20, wouldn't it?
I don't know what fluid I need, dude. I'm so lost on that part
No, for TIG welding, you need 100%
because
argon.
I have all the bottles at my shop, but I didn't know which bottle to take.
Yep.
Argon, 100%. Because I thought it was like a mixture of something, like of oxygen and something.
You can use
I
a
have no
mix, but
I've never TIG welded, dude.
to get a clear
I've never
yeah,
TIG
to
welded.
get a cleaner weld, you want 100% argon. Yep, right there. Dirtfoot says 100%
Okay,
argon
that's
for
what I get.
TIG. Yep.
Okay. How much is a bottle of argon? Like, well, just a little. I don't need a big bottle, just a little bottle. You know, I don't need to go buy a big, huge one.
And Mudster said 100% argon. So those are the welders there.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Argon CO2 is the MIG welding. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because that would. Okay. Cool. I'll figure it out. I just think it's crazy how you flop your leads. Your leads are backwards on TIG. That's the craziest part.
Yeah.
Is the completely opposite of a stick, you know? So it's like, what? I heard my positive, my negative, my positive. Hold on now. Something ain't right here. It screwed me up as soon as I did, I figured that out. So I'm close. I'm right there to finally being able to do it. These frames are so thin. It doesn't matter what size rod you use. It doesn't matter how low you turn your welder down. You're gonna burn holes, man. They're just cheap Chinese metal, so they're not. TIG welding's really hard. You got to be really slow with it. With a TIG, and plus a TIG is, you can get a lot cleaner weld. You can get a lot stronger weld in a lot smaller places. There's just a lot more you can. I've always wanted to do it, so finally I can.
One of these days I'll buy a
this
TIG
little piece of
welder.
crap right here. I've been slowly putting the pieces together. I've been using it as a stick welder. I welded the Trailmaster frame back together with it. That was my first weld with it, and it did pretty good. I ran it off 110, not even 220. It's got that adapter thing that comes with it. Mine is just one of those, whatever, iRobot or whatever those things are on Amazon, those green welders, those smart welder things, little tiny things. Like, it's literally like 10 inches by 12 inches long. It's a little tiny box. It's crazy. The old big strike. I can't believe this thing is at my house.
So, all right, guys. It's rolling up on an hour and a half here. I'm going to shut this down. Appreciate everybody stopping in. Hope everybody has a great week. Remember to smash that thumbs up button, and we will catch you all on the next one. So if everybody wants to say goodbye,
Good talking, guys.
Hey.
Have fun.
Good show. See you soon.
See
I'll
you,
be
Ken.
live Friday night, 7:30. We're doing a big live stream with the whole Def Duck Racing team, Mini Bike Misfits, Fat Buddy Cat, Barefoot Racing, all of us. All the mini bike guys are going to be there. So, guys, be
All
there.
right, cool.
Friday, 7:30,
Friday night.
8 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right,
Friday
man.
night.
Everybody be there, man.
Friday,